everybody, and welcome to episode 7 of the 4 Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Josiah, and with me is Mr. Rob. Say hello, Rob.
What's up?
Alright, so today we're just going to do a all Star Wars podcast, so we're just going to talk about Star Wars this week.
Oh, yeah.
Next week, we're going to do a full hour of sports talk.
Oh.
Mr. Rob will host that, I'm sure.
Mr. Rob. I don't like that.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Just
Rob.
Like Robbie.
I like Rob better. Is Rob alright?
Rob's alright.
Alright, good.
You'll be like, I'll call you Rob. You'll be like, I'll call you Rob anyway, so.
It's episode 7. I've called you Rob 6 episodes in, so I'll just stick with Rob.
Okay.
Does that offend you?
Just a little
I know when people say Joe, depending on who it is, it offends me.
I'm gonna call you Joe.
Like, depending on who it is, but some people that say Joe, it's just annoying. It's like, you don't even know my real name, do you? You can't say my real name. You can't pronounce it, can you?
What if I just call you JoJo?
No, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Only certain people. So, let's start out with a game again this week. The, 2 Lies, 1 Truth game.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to go first or you want me to? You go first this week. I went first last week. You go.
Okay, you wanna
Or do you know yours? You got them?
Okay.
Alright, go ahead.
So do I do the 2 lies first?
Well, now that you're telling me the 2
no,
lies.
I'm playing with you.
Okay. I don't know if this is reverse psychology or just straight up.
Or
you're
am
an
I
idiot.
playing with you?
Right. Or are you an idiot? I don't think you're an idiot. I think you might be playing me right now.
Alright. The first lie or truth is one time when I was 7 years old.
Stuttered on that age, so I'm like, keep that into account. Go ahead. Is this a lie? I think he's making this up. Go ahead. Go ahead. Close that door. The stuff's coming.
Can I redo this one?
Yeah. Just start over. Just act like you're saying that sentence again. I'll edit it out.
Okay.
It's like I ain't in this.
You are going. Holy crap.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. I don't want to be specific on the age because I'm not gonna know.
I'll ask you about the age. So.
See, I'm not gonna
prepare your answer.
I'm gonna have no clue. I'm gonna be like, I don't know, but it's gonna be a truth. It's gonna be a truth.
Let's hear the first one. All I know is you were 7.
Well, I'm not gonna go with 7. I'm not going with either.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. My favorite type of donut is a hot glaze from Krispy Kreme. Period.
Seriously?
That was it.
All right. Not very scandalous.
Okay.
Go ahead. Second.
Okay.
You're totally making these up on the spot. Do you hear screaming?
Yeah.
What is that? Oh, it's an ambulance. Out the window.
I was like, what?
I wonder if the mic
I heard a
picks
bunch
that
of
up.
little girls or
I thought it
something.
was some little girls screaming down
That's
there.
creepy.
Yeah, it's very creepy.
This
I
is gonna be.
apologize if you hear
Is
that.
this gonna be in the thing? Dang, that's crazy.
It's in here. Alright, give me your second one.
Okay.
If you don't have any, we can wait for next week, and I'll just do mine this week.
Maybe you should just do that.
Yeah.
I need to get some collected
You gotta
thoughts.
think. Yeah. All right. So we'll do my 3 this week. You see if you can guess it right.
What
Next
was the
week,
truth?
The glazed donut.
Yes, you got it.
All right. So next week, make sure you think of some, or don't. I don't care.
No, this is
You
your baby.
This is my podcast. So on the Star Wars,
this one is you.
On the sports one, if you want to do some,
Yeah.
games, you go for it.
Yeah. We'll mesh.
Yeah.
Our
All right.
things together.
Here's my
still.
first one. Okay.
Yeah, that sounded bad.
Here's my first one. I ate 3/4 of a lizard in Haiti, saw the head, and threw out my meal immediately. So I ate most of a lizard.
Okay,
like
this
the
is Haiti edition.
This is my Haitian edition because I've been to Haiti several times, mission trips and visit. But second one, I was involved in a car accident in Haiti involving a dump truck. Okay.
So you're wanting me to believe that one.
Number
Lizard, dump truck.
Number 3, I was shortly detained by Haitian police for having batteries in my backpack at the airport.
Lizard, dump truck.
And
Dump truck.
Haitian police.
And Haitian police.
Okay, go ahead. Ask me questions. Are you want me to elaborate on the first three? I can elaborate on the second one specifically and the third. The first, there's not much to elaborate on. I was eating spaghetti, right?
Yeah.
I was just chomping away, dinner time.
Yeah.
Looked down. I saw a head of a lizard. Like, just the head of it.
Yeah.
It was like a baby lizard.
Like, did they put it in there,
They
or did
cooked
it
it in
just
there.
crawl in?
I guess it crawled in while they were cooking it.
Oh,
And I ate the body and the tail.
how'd it taste?
Tastes like spaghetti. I mean,
You didn't taste
it
it?
was cooked.
Because you didn't know you were eating it?
I didn't taste it. It was in my spaghetti, so I just rolled it up in you know how you do with your fork.
Oh, you didn't know it was...
I didn't know it was in there, and I looked down and I saw the head, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" So I threw it out.
Okay.
I was like, "I'm not hungry anymore." All right. So that's. Do you have any questions about that? Like,
These are all good ones. Who was with you?
Katie was beside me.
Okay.
My dad, Nabil was there. Seth and Moose was they were all at the dinner table.
Okay. Now, was this the one that a lot of people went on?
No, that's the one I didn't go on.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, I take that back. Seth and Moose were not there. It was me, Katie, and Nabil went on this trip. This was in 2014. Me, Katie, and Nabil. 13 or 14? Might have been 13. I take that back. 13. 2013. It was me, Katie, Nabil, my wife, and our friend Nabil.
Okay.
And we were eating, and my dad was also there. And the rest of the people, we didn't know anybody else. There's just a group from Texas that were there too, on the mission trip. So it was just them. Moose and Seth weren't there. More questions?
You proud of that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Who cooked it?
Some Haitian women.
Like,
I don't know their names.
where were...
They were Haitian and they were cooking it in the kitchen.
So they were just... Like, was it at your hotel? Was it...
We didn't have a hotel in Haiti, but
Or not a hotel?
it was
like
at the compound where we stayed at, like where our little huts were,
Yeah.
right by the ocean.
Gotcha. Gotcha. What about, Okay, so the next one, what's the next one?
Next one, was involved in a car accident in Haiti.
You looked like you were laughing on that one, like it
Well,
was.
let me
like if
elab-
it was funny.
Okay, let me elaborate what happened. Okay, I was by myself.
Okay.
I got in a van. We were leaving. Okay, let me start here. We were leaving a job site. We were at an orphanage or something,
Yeah.
and we took a big bus, like a school bus,
Mhm.
and a little like white van to the place. And when we were leaving, they didn't have any room on the school bus, so I had to
Nice.
get on the van. Right, I was in the van with a bunch of like people from another group that I didn't know.
Okay.
And so we were driving back, and we were going down this hill, stuck in traffic. The semi truck came around the corner and slammed into the back of us and rear-ended us. And what happened was, whenever it happened, we got out of the car. What are you rolling your eyes at? You think I'm lying? We got out of the car, and the leader of the trip, her name was Misty. She came over and she was like, "Everybody, get in the school bus really fast because the police were coming." And if they didn't want us getting detained by the police, and especially because I didn't have my passport at that time, which you're supposed to carry your passport with you at all times.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have my passport with me, but so we got on the school bus and we booked it out of there real fast because we didn't want the police to come and detain all of us white people and take advantage of us. I'm not saying they would, but it's possible. You don't know. And so we rode off in the school bus, and the Haitian driver stayed there and with the van. But yeah,
Okay.
that's my story. Sticking to it.
All right.
You got a question, or is that good enough for you? I elaborated pretty well on that one.
So, everybody was with you?
No, I was by myself.
Everybody was with you?
I don't know who.
Everybody was with you?
No,
I
it
understand.
was me and.
Did you call anybody?
No, the bus was right in front of us, so we just ran over to the bus. I mean, there's a couple cars in front of us. We were traveling to the same place.
Okay. What side of the road did you have to drive on?
The right. It's the same as us.
Now I know it's not real because you have
Yeah.
to drive on the left.
No, you don't.
It's like I thought everywhere else in the world was the left.
No,
I'm just playing.
They
I know
dri-
that's.
they
I'm pretty sure. Isn't that just like
Europe or something.
UK?
Yeah.
The UK.
In Haiti, you kind of drive wherever you want. I mean, people go around and do whatever you want, really. I mean, they're crazy drivers. They're insane.
It's like New York. New York.
Way worse than that, yeah.
Oh, New York is awful.
Yeah. So, any more questions about that?
Well, you did say it was just you.
Yep.
Man.
Move on?
I guess.
Okay. This one is I was shortly detained by Haitian police for having batteries in my backpack. What do you think? You got a question? You want me to elaborate? I'll elaborate. Alright, so we're going to the airport. What? Why are you giving me that look? You don't believe me?
Go ahead.
Okay. We're going to the airport, and we're going through the security check. And I had my backpack, and whenever we went to Haiti, there was 2 locations. We went to the one by the ocean, and when you're by the ocean, it's really hot, like really insanely hot. The other location we used to go to was in the mountains, so it was a little cool at nights. So this location, you had to get these fans. You don't have to buy them, but we bought them, and you hang them above your bed, like where you sleep, so it like blows air on you all night while you sleep. And you have to have those big old D batteries, big ones. So everybody had these batteries, and I was with Katie, my wife, and not at the time, but whenever we were going back, we didn't know what to do with the batteries because the person at the compound said, don't throw the batteries away because it's not good to throw the batteries away, apparently. And so we just stuffed them in my backpack, and I was like, oh, we'll get to America, we'll throw them in the trash, right? So we load up to the airport, we drive to the airport, go through the security check, and my backpack goes to the security check, and the Haitian people were like, they're giving me looks, like, and I'm like, I don't know what they're saying, because they're talking to each other. I was like, but it doesn't look good, and this Haitian guy came over, and he's like, hey, you, come here. And I was like, all right, and he's like, what are all these batteries in? Basically, he's like, what are all these batteries in here for? And I said, well, they're part of a fan, like a cooling fan. And we couldn't really understand each other well, and he was like, come here. And we stepped inside this room, and they had to pat me down. They thought I was a terrorist, I guess. And they like got my backpack and really searched it really in depth, like every little, And eventually, I kept being like, you can have the batteries. I was like, if you want the batteries, you can have them. And they didn't really comprehend what I was saying. And finally, they understood. I was like, here. I was like, you want the batteries, you can have them. And he's like, oh. He's like, I can have them? And I was like, yeah, you can take them. He's like, oh, thank you. And I was like, can I go? And he's like, yeah, go ahead. And I was like, okay. So I took my bag and I left, and he got all the batteries, and I had like 15 of them. They were all dead, though. He didn't know. Yeah. Isn't that funny? Yeah. So,
isn't that funny?
Not lying about that. Test me. Which one?
Not lying about that. Oh.
Maybe I'm tricking you.
I'm going... Okay.
So the lizard, 1. Number 2, car accident. Number 3, the batteries. Which one is the truth?
I think the truth is the one with the bus.
The bus? The car accident?
No, it's not. It's not the one. Never mind.
It's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You gotta lock in your final answer. Go ahead.
The lizard one.
Say final answer. Or don't. You gotta pick one.
What should be the battery one?
What's your final answer? Give me a final one.
The lizard one. I'm going with the lizard.
Final answer?
Yep.
Should have stuck with your gut.
Shoot!
It was the car
Dang
accident one. But I will say, the lizard one, Katie ate a lizard. I changed the story to make it me. Katie really was eating spaghetti, and she looked down and it was a lizard's tail in the body.
Snap.
And the head was gone. And I was like, oh no. I was like, I can't eat anymore. That's disgusting. And she threw it out, and she kept eating. I was like, holy crap, that's my wife right there. She just ate the whole thing. I was like, goodness, I stopped eating mine because I was like, that's disgusting. That just threw me off. I don't know. And the bus one, the annoying thing about this really annoyed me. We were in the van with some like older white women who were on the trip with us, and when this happened, we got slammed from behind. I mean, it was a dump truck, so it wasn't like a little tap. We got slammed.
Bang.
And after that happened, all the white people in the car, I mean, I'm white too, but these are the idiot white people you see. They start getting out their phones and cameras, and they were taking video of like the Haitian people arguing and stuff. And I was like, woman, put your phone out before we get killed or something. Not killed, but before the police come. And I was like, get to the freaking bus so we can get out of here, because I'm not getting detained by police because I don't have my passport.
Did you really say this?
No, I didn't say that.
Exactly, you never said.
No, I didn't. But I said actually, I didn't say anything.
Hey, yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
But I was thinking it though.
I was thinking it.
Well, I would have said it if I knew somebody else in the car, but it was me and a bunch of like older women, and I didn't know any of them, so I wasn't gonna be like yelling at them. But I was like, I'm out of here. So. And the batteries one is true, but they did not detain me. He just asked me. He's like, do you need these batteries? I was like, no. I said, you can have them. He said, really? I said, yeah, you can have them. He said, thank you so much. So hints of truth.
Who was with you whenever that happened?
What, the battery one?
Yeah.
Katie was behind me. My dad was already checked.
They start laughing whenever they saw it.
No, it was just me. I told them afterwards. My dad was cracking up, but yeah,
okay,
it was funny. Yeah, he was like really grateful for it. I was like, I didn't tell him that they were dead because I didn't want him to like be like, no, we gotta detain you. But I was just like, yeah, you can have them. They're all, you can have them.
Yeah.
But anyways, so game's over. Maybe next week we'll do one with you, if you can think of some.
No, I got this. I'm gonna do one next week. This one I wasn't feeling it on.
All right. Well, let's get into Star Wars talk.
But I really want to do this.
Well, we'll get into the game
a
little later, the timeline game and the trivia game. I just have one topic. This is the big news this week. There's some smaller news that I'm not going to bring up. I just want to talk about this one. So, it just came out that Rogue One is doing a bunch of reshoots. Okay?
They're trying to fix it.
Apparently, they showed a screening for some executives at Disney, and the executives said that it was too dark, and they wanted more of a Star Wars fun feeling, like jokey kind of feeling. Not the whole thing jokey, but they wanted to add in some Star Wars flavor.
Yeah.
And so they're going back and doing 4 weeks of reshoots in July to try to lighten it up. And while also adding Darth Vader, apparently, they're going to add more Vader moments. I don't know how they're going to balance that because, Vader's pretty dark. But apparently, I don't know. It's kind of all, like, everybody's reporting on it. Somebody's saying this thing, somebody's saying a different thing. It's kind of confusing at this point. But what's for sure is they're doing reshoots in July. 4 weeks of it. But, like, on Twitter, people were freaking out about this. They were saying the movie's going to be terrible. They're burying it. It's going to be awful. It's going to crash. Nobody's going to want to see it. But the thing is, they scheduled these reshoots ahead of time. They know about these reshoots. They're going to reshoot it. They scheduled for like 4 weeks in July of reshoots. Because every movie nowadays, Avengers, any Marvel movie, even The Force Awakens has reshoots where they have the money left on the budget to go back and say, hey, this didn't really turn out as good as I wanted it to. We could have changed this, So they just go back and they reshoot a bunch of stuff. They did that in The Force Awakens a lot. And so, I don't know. I hope it's still good, but, a lot of people are freaking out about this.
Yeah.
What do you think? It's going to be bad, or is it fine? Think it's in trouble? No?
Well, you gotta look at it like this. Like, I think that it's a good thing that they are... Sorry, I'm a little far back. Okay, I look at it like this. I think that it's a good thing that the fact that they are looking at it, they've given themselves plenty of time since it's being out in December, giving themselves plenty of time to fix little things and minuscule things and all the way up to bigger parts of movies like scenes and things, to reshoot it. So it's given you a really good look at what's going to happen in the near future and stuff. Like, it's given you, these executives that seen it, they're looking at this and being like, okay, we want it. Why I say the future part of that is because Star Wars, I think, is going to get a little bit more fun. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Star Wars originally,
it's for everybody.
Star Wars originally, it was fun, but it was more like you had to follow it and you had to be really zoned in and like, oh, this is so cool and this and that, and you had to just love Star Wars, take it as it is. Mm-hmm. Now they're making it to where it's more like
broader.
You
appeal.
can bring an 8-year-old to this movie,
right,
and
you
they
get
can
a
enjoy
broader
this.
appeal of
You know,
anybody can enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't say like a 5-year-old or anything, but like you could bring an 8-year-old to Star Wars, like Star Wars 7.
Probably a 5-year-old.
You know how
on the kid.
Yeah, you know how Star Wars Episode 7, it's got more jokes in it. That's like one of the first things I noticed. It was funnier because whenever they had Poe, you remember that?
Yeah,
it was pretty
at the
funny.
very beginning.
Yeah,
yeah. When that first line happened, when he's like, "Who talks? Do you talk first? Or I talk?"
Yeah.
When I saw that in theater, I was like, okay, this is gonna be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're trying to do. They don't want it to be so dark that you're like, dang, what are they trying to do? You know?
Yeah.
They want to do it right, and I'm glad they want to do it the right way.
You're glad they're doing reshoots.
I'm glad they're making it lighter. I'm glad they're doing reshoots. I'm glad because no one really wants to. Because here's how you lose people in a movie. What you do is you start off one way, and it just keeps getting more monotone. And if it stays dull and dark and kind of like scary and intimidating the whole time, you get used to it. And so you want to have those dark moments, but you want to kind of shuffle them in there, like easy.
I'd say Force Awakens had some really dark moments in a movie that was fun. Like Han dying. That was pretty dark, you know?
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, it softened that blow with the fact that you had him kidding around, you know, you had Leia in there, you know, see through. And originally, the only funny thing in Star Wars, well, not the only funny thing, but one of the funny parts was the droids.
Right.
Okay. The droids was the main funny part. Now they're incorporating it to where it's more human funny parts, you know, where like there's like I
mean, you had some banter with Han and Leia that was kind of, you could take it as fun and funny. But
Chewie's always had his moments.
Yeah,
you know?
but like the Force Awakens, they really like Rey and Finn were funny, and Poe was funny.
Yeah, like they're friends. You can tell they're friends, and they act like friends because they joke around with each other.
Right.
So, you know, like you saw wherever Finn met Poe, like afterwards, like he gave him a big hug and everything, you know. It felt like more of like a friendship, whereas Han and Luke, it was like, you know,
it's implied friendship with Han and Luke, because at the end of episode 4, going in, when you watch episode 5, you pick up and you're like, you know, Han's like, I gotta get my buddy out there. Luke's out in the cold, and you're like, well, the last episode 4, they weren't that really friendly to each other.
Yeah.
So it's more.
And you're just assuming they've kind of grown.
Right.
Now you get to actually see them grow.
Yeah, that's
together.
A good point.
And so, like, whenever, like, for example, you saw Finn and Rey, you know, you saw Rey kiss him at the end on the head, be like, you know,
like a friend.
Yeah.
Not like a romantic
like please get better. Yeah. Like, you know, just hoping he gets better. And you notice that, hey, this girl really cares about him and she wants him to get better and she wants to have him in the future as a friend or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And the same, I think Poe will be more incorporated. It'll be like kind of like a big 3 type of friendship. So. Like the, you know, so whenever you see Poe, her and Finn, you know, Rey and Finn, I think that he's gonna kind of be the cool one that comes in. Finn's gonna be kind of the quirky one, but he's got some funny moments and stuff, and I think Rey's really gonna kick butt and take names, you know. Like she's kind of like that type of person.
Definitely.
So yeah.
My thoughts, I tend to lean towards you with the Rogue One thing, because, I mean, it was pitched as like a war movie, which is dark. Like Saving Private Ryan, have you seen that?
Yeah,
that's dark. That's very dark.
And you know, you like the fact that you're gonna see a dark Star Wars movie, but you don't want it to be so dark that you lose interest. Right. You know.
So like in Saving Private Ryan, it's a really dark movie, but there's also some banter and talk between like Matt Damon's character and Tom Hanks's character.
Yeah.
It's like comedy. It's funny at moments, you know, and it's like if they go back and add some funny moments, not really like laugh out loud hilarious moments, but like just some good banter between friends, and it's not so dark, I think that'd be a good thing, because, you know, you want it to at least feel like Star Wars, even though it's going to be a different type of movie. It's going to be a really dark war movie, but you still want to have it that like fingerprint, that stamp of fun, you know. And you want from an executive standpoint, they're thinking money, and I mean, you're not going to sell billions of dollars on a dark Star Wars movie. You know, Force Awakens was fun for everybody. That's why it made so much money, and it was pretty good. I mean, there's parts that
also in Force Awakens, you did, but you didn't
Right.
You like see like
was peppered
4,
in.
5, 6. You kind of like if you wanted to have like all the fun like of seeing like oh there's Leia, oh there's Han. Like the really my favorite moment in the whole movie was whenever Han and Chewie walk in and he goes, Chewie, we're home, right into the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, that's a good
And
part.
that's my favorite part of the movie because it was like, I watched all the other Star Wars movies and so I got to enjoy that. But if you never saw them, you could still watch this movie and understand what's going on.
And most people, the thing about Star Wars which makes it so special is if you're watching an Avengers movie and some character says something, you're like, I have no clue what he's talking about. That must be from the comics.
Yeah.
But Star Wars, almost everybody knows that Han like flies the Millennium Falcon. I mean, that's just like in pop culture, everybody just kind of knows that.
Yeah.
If you ask somebody on the street, what ship does Han Solo fly in Star Wars?
Not everybody's going to know it, but most
out of
people...
10, 7 out of 10 would say Millennium Falcon. But if you walked up and said, I don't know, a Marvel question to somebody, like just a nerdy question from the comics or something.
I
don't even...
Does Spider-Man suit change in this movie or something like that? Like,
something
I mean,
nerdy.
people would know, but
it'd be a lower percentage, you know. But I don't know. I'm excited for Rogue One still. I don't think it's the world's over. I don't think you should be panicking, but a lot of people are panicking on Twitter especially. Yeah. And also they're adding more Vader. What do you think about that? Are you excited to see Vader in this movie?
I really want to because the thing about Darth Vader isn't the same guy playing him?
No.
I didn't know if it was or not.
Well, the voice is going to be the same.
The voice is the same?
The same guy is doing the voice.
But it's going to be a different
actor.
Guy in
this
but
suit.
He's inside the suit, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay. And they're not going to take his mask off. If they do, they'll probably put Hayden Christensen in as, like, just the face.
Yeah.
But I don't think he'll have any speaking to do,
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with putting Hayden Christensen in the movie.
Yeah.
A lot of people who hate the prequels don't want him in the movie in Rogue One. But if they have a scene where it's Hayden Christensen and that like the mask is coming down over top of him, I mean, what's the big deal?
You still have to take this movie as in, this is still Hayden Christensen. Hayden Christensen he's still a part of the Star Wars universe,
like it or not,
no matter what. The prequels are still a part of it.
Yeah.
And granted, they may have been or very much were not as good as the original 3.
There's still some great parts in that.
There's still great parts. Like one part I really enjoy is the battle scene between Obi-Wan and Anakin. Right there in episode 3.
That's
a really good battle
whenever
scene.
he cuts his legs and arms off, that's my favorite moment from the entire trilogy. Not trilogy, but both trilogies.
Because he's dying.
Because, Obi-Wan's telling, like, you're the chosen one, and Anakin's just like, I hate you. That's just, like, my favorite moment from
But it was, like, it was so dramatic, and it was done perfect.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that. And I also enjoy a little bit of the fun part. There is some funnier parts in the prequels whenever, they're flying around that city, and then all of a sudden, like, Obi-Wan's driving, and out of nowhere, you just see Anakin drop down, hit the thing.
Oh, yeah,
boom.
episode 2.
Yeah,
there's some good moments in the prequels that people who hate the prequels, I don't think you can absolutely hate the prequels and absolutely love the prequels. You got to be somewhere in the middle or leaning towards one way, because you can love the prequels and say, okay, there's some stuff that was not too good in this.
Yeah, I actually did like the prequels. I'm one of the people that kind of like the prequels.
I'm still really in the middle. Them now.
I'm still in the middle, but I really did, and I also liked. I really am a big fan of Mace Windu. I like Mace Windu.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite, just actors and overall.
He's not my favorite, but
he's one of my favorites because I really liked the scene where it's like the big old Jedi battle. You know what I'm talking about?
In episode 2.
Yeah, and it was really cool for me to see that because I saw him jump out of nowhere. Just boom.
With Jango Fett fighting Jango.
And there was Count Dooku. And another thing I liked was whenever Yoda was just like, we found out that wait, hold up, Count Dooku's Yoda's old Padawan, and it's like whoa, and that was like a whoa moment for me in the prequels. But yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I'd love to see more of Vader like in his prime. Because the rumors I've been hearing from...
Because we really saw Vader when he was old,
right. And that's the thing. I mean, this is a big spoiler rumor. It's not that big of a spoiler, but apparently there's going to be... I think I might have talked about this a couple weeks ago, where the Bacta tank... I don't know if you remember this. In the in the trailer, they just show somebody bowing down. It's only a really short moment in the Rogue One trailer where you see somebody bowing down, and there's like this glowing, what is everybody says is a bacta tank, with 2 Imperial guards. Those people in red guarding.
Yeah, I know the Imperial Guards, but what is the bacta tank? What's it?
You've probably seen it in episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. Luke is floating in it. You know.
Oh, wait a second.
It's like it's like you heal. You go in it and you heal. It's like watery.
Oh, like an actual tank. I thought you meant like a war kind of tank.
No.
What? Because I was trying to think of those like there is those actual tanks that they use in Star Wars that's huge, and the clones use them. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I'm talking about like it's almost like a water tank. It's
I know what you're talking about. I've seen
in the Rogue One trailer they show just a short.
Yeah, I almost remember that. I think I remember that.
But you don't see what's in the tank. And the rumor is that Darth Vader's in the tank. Darth Vader's in the tank.
And it's part of that healing process.
It's part of his healing process. And what happens is, this takes place, apparently the movie's going to end 10 or 15 minutes before the start of Episode 4 in continuity. You know, the original Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
So Rogue One's going to end right where they get the plans, and then they hand it to Leia, basically. And then, start of Episode 4, Leia gets them and puts them in R2. Remember? So it's going to end right there. So what happens is, apparently Darth Vader like goes on this rampage and kills a bunch of rebels or something. And while he's doing that, he takes a lot of damage while he's killing everybody.
Yeah.
And so he needs repair. And so he goes in the bacta tank, like the person, Hayden Christensen, probably.
I gotcha.
And then
because Darth Vader's very much in this movie. They want more Vader moments.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to see Anakin at all in this movie?
I hope so, actually. Which is, a lot of people hate Hayden Christensen, but I think he's a fine actor. He just didn't have a lot of great lines or dialogue to say in the prequels at all, because the writing was just not very good.
It was more of him being kind of like dramatic.
Yeah.
You know?
He was a little whiny.
Yeah, that's the biggest complaint about him.
Yeah. And I mean, Gareth Edwards is directing Rogue One, and I think he could really direct Hayden really good to act. And not like he's going to even act. Even if he does, he'll say a couple words, but I doubt he'll even say anything. He'll probably just be floating in the tank, and you'll just see Hayden Christensen. It's just going to be cool in continuity-wise. It'll just make sense.
Now, know what would be funny? If actually, off this, you see Hayden Christensen have a really awesome performance. If he did come in it and do a bunch of stuff, have a great performance, and then a bunch of other people look at him to do other movies.
Yeah.
A bunch of other really mainstream movies.
I've seen him in a couple movies, and he's not that bad of an actor.
Yeah.
He gets a bad rap for the prequels. And I mean, understandably enough, because his dialogue is just not very good. I mean, some of it's okay, but some of it's just not good
and
dialogue.
And
that's George Lucas.
I like George Lucas for a lot of stuff, but
I like that he sold the company to Disney.
I love Disney. I really am a big fan of Disney for 2 reasons: Marvel and Star Wars.
Yeah,
that's why I'm a huge fan of Disney.
They're knocking out of the park so far.
Well, I mean, and they know how to do this. I've noticed. They buy the thing, keep the people that make the thing great.
Yeah.
You know, for example, if it was Marvel, they bought Marvel. They kept the people that were great and made it great. They didn't fire them off or get rid of them somehow.
They know what they've got and they utilize it.
They help them thrive by funding them the money they need, which they didn't have before because, Disney has so much money. And so now Marvel has all this money, Star Wars has all this money to do great things with the original people there that made it great.
Yeah.
So it's double the fun for everybody because, it makes everything awesome.
Yeah.
It's just Disney owns it now, so.
Yeah, I'm still excited for Rogue One. I think it'll be fine. I think the reshoots will be really good for it, and it'll just clean it up really nice. And I'm okay with adding some little comedy, not comedy, but, a little banter, a little fun in it.
I mean, it is kind of comedy.
It's going to be a dark... if you think about it, everybody in this movie has to pretty much be dead by the time Episode 4 comes along. Or they retire. I don't know what you do with these characters because this happens right before Episode 4.
You have Darth
where are these
Vader.
characters?
You have Darth Vader. And
Darth Vader's going to be the one who lives.
Yeah.
This main girl, Jyn Erso, she's got to be dead or something. I mean, unless
so,
she just goes away and lives somewhere else. But
I'm thinking what to do to prepare for this movie. Do I watch all the prequels and then go see the movie? Do I watch all the prequels and the original?
This is what I hope
and go
they
see
do.
the movie?
I hope. I don't know if I hope some theater around us does this, but I would love to watch Rogue One, and then immediately following watch Episode 4, the original. Because apparently it leads right into like 10 or 15 minutes before Episode 4 happens.
See,
so I would
like
love to watch them back to back. But before that, I'd love to watch the prequels up until then.
no, I'd like to watch the prequels and then get thrown into Rogue One and be like, holy crap, this is awesome. Because the prequels were made, they have a better definition, a higher definition, because it was better filming, and everything.
Yeah, than the original.
Yeah, and so, but, you have, going into this, like, it's going to be, like, even greater filming. Yeah. And then you have to deal with the, like all kinds of stuff that happened in the prequels that you have to kind of add into Rogue One and shuffle in there. And then going into A New Hope, all of a sudden, boom. If I did watch 3 in the theaters, it would be awesome. Watch 3, Rogue One, 4.
That's right. If they did that, if they had a showing where you watch Episode 3, then Rogue One hits at 7, 8 that night, and then right after that you watch Episode 4. Oh my goodness, I'd do that in a heartbeat.
That's awesome.
Would you do that?
Yeah.
Maybe if they do something like that, maybe we'll
a double feature or something.
Yeah, we'll do something like that. We'll podcast in line. We've already said we're gonna dress up and podcast and interview people. I think that'd be a good idea. I'm still down. I hope you don't back out because I don't want to be the only person in line dressed up.
I want to dress up like an Imperial Guard. I always thought those guys were cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't do anything ever, but they just look cool and slick really cool. With that red on,
I don't know what I'll dress up as. I don't know. Probably a Jedi just because I want to. I want to wear those Jedi robes.
But there's no Jedis in this movie, are there?
No.
So.
But I want to anyway. I don't give a crap.
So hold up. Who is like the main character in this movie?
Her name is Jyn Erso. So that's her Star Wars name, not her actor.
So people that we have not heard of, basically.
No, you don't know anybody. The only person you know from this movie is Mon Mothma.
Yeah.
Remember her? But she's
and then the one
dude, much.
The one guy that has the, he's almost like a fish, it looks like. He's like a red. Is he in this?
A fish?
He's like his face kind of looks like a, Is that his name?
No, Akbar.
Yeah, General Akbar.
I doubt he'll be in it.
You think he'll be in it?
I don't think he will.
Why not? Wasn't he really involved in like the Rebel Alliance and stuff?
Yeah, but I think he was mainly in Episode 6 with Return of the Jedi.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, he could be in
He was in, but I thought he was in the prequels too.
I don't know. He might have been like a cameo, but he wasn't a main character in the prequels, no.
No, he came in, but like that's how he's always been. He's always come in like just like for a little bit or a little scene or something.
I mean, if he showed up in the movie, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I feel like I've seen him in a lot of the movies.
Yeah.
For some reason, but I don't know.
But, yeah, Rogue One. I think we've talked about that enough, right?
We've talked the heck out of Rogue One.
Yeah. So you want to get into some emails?
Oh yeah.
Then we'll do the trivia game.
Mhm.
All right. Let me look up our emails real quick.
All right.
Okay. So, the Rejected Master is his name. Okay. Okay. I have 2 questions. I think one of them is sports and one of them is Star Wars. You want to answer both, or you want to save the sports for your podcast next week?
Let's just go ahead and do both.
Do both? Okay. First one. He says, I understand why in The Force Awakens they used X-Wings and TIE Fighters in the movie because they are the most iconic. But I would like to know your thoughts on why you think the First Order uses TIE Fighters and not TIE Interceptors. The Interceptors were meant to replace the TIE Fighters in dogfighting capabilities. This, I believe, is even canon. I think it is too. So, in lore-wise, why do the First Order use upgraded TIE Fighter models instead of an upgraded TIE Interceptor model? That is actually a very good question.
Yeah.
I think the basic answer to this question is
right now.
Iconic. I mean, the TIE Fighter is more iconic than the TIE Interceptor.
That was what I was about to say. Literally.
I mean,
I was about to say, people don't know, there's going to be...
It's not as recognizable.
Way more people that, if you say TIE Interceptor and you see a picture of it, you're going to be like, oh, I know what that is. It's a TIE Fighter.
Yeah.
You're not going to say...
Right. Normal people wouldn't really know the difference. Yeah. But the most iconic, I guess, of the two is the TIE Fighters.
But if you're really into Star Wars, you're going to know what this is, the difference,
I would say the out of canon, out of the movie universe answer to this question is it's more iconic and that's it.
I mean, if they wanted to make the TIE Interceptor a big thing, they would have done it already.
Right.
Or they'll introduce it in the future. But I mean, you can't really do that now because it's
Now,
already
have you seen the new design for the Rogue One ships?
no.
I believe they're called TIE Strikers.
Okay, so they're trying to like change up.
They're
names
changing
and
it up.
stuff. Okay.
It looks actually really cool. Let me show you a picture of it. You guys can look it up on Google. I'm sure they have a picture of it. Let me look it up real quick.
What's it called? You said
The TIE Striker.
TIE Striker.
This is from the upcoming movie, Rogue One. So there's the TIE Fighter. It's more square. TIE Striker is more angled, and it looks like it could cut through and be probably faster. I would say that's the new design they're going with Rogue One.
So it's almost like a Dorito.
Kind of looks like a Dorito, yeah.
It's like the last one. It looks like a. Let's see. What is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides? What's 6 sides? I know Pentagon
Hexagon?
has 5 sides.
Hexagon?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Something like that. It's like
I'm
a.
not good at math.
But anyways, it's a.
It almost looks like
Six-sided shape.
It looks like the Jedi Starfighters from like the prequels, where they're kind of like angled. They're not straight. They're kind of angled down the
Yeah.
sides.
Looks like the Jedi. What did you say? Striker.
Starfighter. I think.
Starfighters.
Like what in Episode 3, what Anakin flies.
Okay.
Let me look it up. Starfighter. I think it's a Starfighter. See how it's more angled to the
Yeah,
sides?
yeah.
So it's not like you have the circle, and then the two sides, they're not straight out or straight up. They're straight out, angled down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the feel,
I wish
the
we
look
could see
of them.
those two fight because they look like the same exact thing.
Yeah, I will say this, going back to the prequels, the designs in the prequels, like the ships and
they were
the
sick.
worlds, they were great designs and great,
And I wish that. I hope we get to see the Anakin and Obi-Wan ships again.
Yeah,
not
the
not
Jedi
actually theirs,
Starfighters.
but
Yeah,
like
they're
the-
just for Jedis. They're Jedi
Yeah.
Starfighters. That's what they're
Mhm.
called. But yeah, I would say the answer to your question, Mister the rejected master, is basically the iconic and money. Like if you're gonna sell something, you want it to look more like the original. That people would say, oh, that's the original thing. That's not something from the prequels. That doesn't look like something weird from the prequels.
Yeah.
This looks exactly like Episode 4 when I saw him in Episode 4. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
But
looks really. The goal is to make this new one look slick, though. I think that's what it's supposed to be.
yeah.
It's supposed to be like really like
faster and slicker.
slick.
Yeah.
I don't know how to.
Yeah,
that's the best.
Go
explanation.
Google what I say, TIE Striker.
The Striker, yeah.
And look at the picture. It's really cool. I really like the design of them.
Mhm.
But yeah. Anything else to add? That what's your favorite Star Wars ship? X-wing, Y-wing, B-wing, TIE Fighter.
I'll
Anything.
tell you
Millennium
what.
Falcon.
Yeah, you gotta go
Slave
with the Millennium
One.
Falcon. You gotta go with the Millennium
Slave
Falcon.
One's pretty cool. Both
How can you go against the Millennium Falcon if you're a Star Wars fan?
Okay, let's think about just ships where it's like one or two people, not a Millennium
Like,
Falcon,
not
which
the
is like a
Millennium Falcon.
freighter,
Just one or
almost
two.
like a freighter, just like a one or two person ship.
Okay.
So you got all the Rebels, X-wing,
Well, the
Y-wing.
Y-wing, I know this stuff because the
Yeah.
Y-wing,
Looks like a Y.
well, it has but it has more armor. Okay.
Sure, I guess.
The X-wing is faster and it's got more. It
Which
doesn't have it.
A-wing is another one. That's the
The
faster.
A-wing is pretty fast.
It's a small one too. Yeah.
Um,
My favorite is the X-wing, just because
You gotta go X-wing.
it's just the best.
You gotta go X-wing.
I mean, it's only
Because it's the one that Anakin uses, the one that Luke uses.
Luke used. Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's just there's nothing.
I'm pretty
else.
sure didn't Anakin use an X-wing when he
No.
was little?
Well,
When he was real little and he
no,
fought against
that's in
the
the
thing.
new Starfighter, those yellow ones.
Oh, he took that thing. Okay.
Yeah, he
gotcha.
might have used a type of X-wing in the Clone Wars. I don't think so though. I haven't watched it
I
yet.
thought in the movie he did something, but never mind.
No.
But
Yeah, he
yeah.
used that yellow Naboo Starfighter.
I guess that's what I was thinking. But yeah, whenever Luke uses that was just really cool to me. I really enjoyed that. So
Yeah.
I'll go with the X-wing just because of
X-wing.
who's driving it.
All right, let's move on to your question. He has a question for you, which will involve sports, of course. He says, the Warriors are a big deal in the NBA right now. I would like to see who you would have as your starting five. If you could pick any current playing NBA player, no retirees, you have to pick player positions.
Oh yes.
You have to pick player positions that match the positions of the Warriors starting five. How would you plan to beat Curry and his crew? Kind of like NBA 2K16 question.
Yeah.
Enjoy the show and keep it up. So
Okay.
thank you very much, the Rejected Master, for that. We really appreciate your email.
Okay.
Good questions.
So let's see. I'm guessing I can't pick anybody off the Warriors team.
Yeah, I don't think you can pick anybody.
Number
so you
one,
have to pick what? What's a starting five? Point guard, center.
at the 1, I'd have Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
He plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's their point guard.
Okay.
At the 2, I would have my shooting guard. I'm thinking DeMar DeRozan. I'm trying to think because I really do like DeMar DeRozan, but there maybe Jimmy Butler. That's a
Gotta
toss
pick.
up for me.
How are you gonna take down?
I'm
Curry?
gonna go with DeMar. He's more athletic and he's just fast.
All right.
So Jimmy's good too, but I go with DeMar DeRozan. 3, LeBron James.
I mean, that's a given, right?
Yeah.
You gotta be on the list. I don't know
At
that
the-
much about sports, but I don't know that.
At the 4, I think Paul Millsap can take Draymond Green. I do, honestly. But, ooh, I'm gonna take Paul Millsap, and then at the 5, I'm gonna take DeAndre Jordan.
All right. So run that down 1 through 5 real quick.
Okay. 1, Kyrie Irving. 2, DeMar DeRozan. 3, LeBron James. 4, I said Paul Millsap. 5, DeAndre Jordan.
All right.
That's the starting 5.
All right. So there's the.
That's the.
I mean, that's a good answer, I'd say. I mean, I can't put up any other 5. I don't know him. I don't know. That's
So who's your 5, Josiah?
Kobe Bryant. No, he's gone, isn't he?
Nope. Yeah, he's. Well, I mean, you can pick him this year, I guess.
Let's move on to our next question. Because I don't know.
DeMar
I don't wanna sound
DeRozan, baby.
stupid. Next question from, who do you think, Rob? Every week we mention his name, by chance or by purpose.
He's coming in clutch again.
Yep. What's his name, Rob? What's his name?
Mr. Johnny Grasso.
Mr. Johnny Grasso. All right. His question is, with everything from being a high school hero to the taking my talents to Miami crap, is LeBron a Jedi or Sith, and who? So, is LeBron evil or is he good? Is he a Jedi or is he Sith? Tell me, please.
Okay. Well, you gotta think about this. You gotta think about it this way, okay? So originally, when LeBron came, he's just a kid, come out of high school.
Yeah.
Just
Straight
like me.
out of high school to
Like
the
me.
NBA.
Come right out of high
That's
school.
insane.
I just like-
For me, I don't.
Like-
Does that happen a lot? I don't.
Well,
I'm not
now they actually made it to where you can't do it. You have to play
can't?
at least 1 year in college.
Really.
Yeah, that's why Kentucky has like all those kids that are one and dones.
Mhm.
That's what a one and done is. Come straight out of high school, play a year in college, leave.
So how? Okay, I'm derailing you for a second, but I have a question. How in the world? I mean, how good do you have to be in high school for an NBA scout to come say we want him on
I know.
NBA
That's what
on
I'm
an
saying.
NBA our team? That's insane to me. I don't know a lot about sports,
Mm-hmm.
but I know that's crazy.
Well, number one, you have to dominate every opponent,
You have to get
and
Tons
you
of
have to
points,
get
assists,
like
rebounds. You got to be top, the number one person
yeah
without a doubt.
in the nation.
You got to be tall. Right?
Best player. This is actually a fact. The best players are from the United States. Okay, the majority of great players are from the United States. So you have a great crop of where you're growing it in the NBA here in the United States. So a lot of times, you're gonna be looking at if you're a high school player, you're talking about when they did do that to be in the NBA and be a high school player. Yeah, you had to have power, you had to have a ton of strength. Like you had to be able to physically have power, confidence, a shooting stroke, somewhat, and then the ability to just take anybody, which kind of goes in with the confidence because
if you can't take everybody,
Yeah.
you're playing against high schoolers. If you can't
Yeah.
take that person one-on-one or anything, I mean, there's
Yeah.
no way you can play in the NBA.
yeah,
I mean, you have to absolutely dominate in high school. Am I right?
yeah, you're
That's
right.
just insane to me that he got drafted. Drafted?
Yeah.
Or they draft him? Or?
Yeah, they do draft him.
Okay.
He was
That's just insane.
And what high schooler isn't going to take $1 million coming straight out of high school?
Yeah,
like,
come on.
Yeah. But anyways, there's going to be LeBron James. Okay, so you got to think about this. LeBron's in Cleveland, and he says taking his talents to Miami crap. Well, I don't exactly count that as crap because here's the thing. In Miami, he won I think 2 championships. So I'm not sure if he won 1 or 2. I don't know. I should really know that. I'm gonna feel like an idiot.
There's tons of players. You don't have to know everything about everybody.
But it's LeBron James, man. You gotta know. But
okay, good point.
Anyways, he won with Miami. He won championships, whatever it is, in Miami. So you're taking essentially it from a team like Cleveland that has next to nobody on it. He had some help, but he didn't have much help in Cleveland. He literally took that team to the finals. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As a college senior, you gotta think about that. Like, if he was in college, he'd be like probably a senior when he did that. So he took them to the finals. In what world can you do that? I mean, that's insane.
He went round 1, pick 1.
Yeah.
In the draft.
Yeah.
And
as a high
schooler, if you're in college and you're a senior in college and you finally go to the draft, and the person who beats you
is a high schooler
who hasn't even gone to college, that's insane. I'm sorry.
You'd be ticked off.
Oh man. Let's see. He has 2 NBA championships.
Okay, so he won twice in Miami. I was thinking he won twice in Miami. So anyways, back to where I was at.
Go ahead. Sorry I didn't interrupt you. I just can't get over the fact he was drafted out of freaking high school.
You're on a team you didn't pick to be on. You're on a team you didn't pick to be on. They picked you to be on that team.
NBA?
Yeah.
NBA? Okay.
And you made them great because of you. One person made that team great. He took them all the way to the NBA Finals. Okay, think about that. He took them all the way to the NBA Finals. He didn't win the NBA Finals, but think about how hard that is to do in and of itself. Just recently being a high schooler, and then you could be a college student or a graduated college student. That's crazy to me. But after going through all that and waiting so long and hitting the finals and knocking on the door so many times, it's like, I just want to win. Now you get to a point where it's like, I'm considered one of the greatest players of all time, yet I don't have an NBA ring.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, if I had some players to surround me that were good, then I could really... And he did have good players. He just didn't have great players.
Right.
And so he was like, well, he's looking at this Miami Heat squad. Chris Bosh is thinking about going to Miami. Okay, Chris Bosh at the time, he was really popular. He was big man. He was skinnier, but he looked like... He was basically looked like a dinosaur. Is what he looked like, because he looks like he played for the Raptors, and so people called him like a Raptor or whatever,
Right.
But anyways,
I've seen him before, like in the Vines and stuff, where he's like goofing off in the background.
Yeah, like he's goofing off. Yeah.
Like when people are getting interviewed.
Sometimes he does. Sometimes he does. So anyways, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James. He has a championship team right there. Like, there's no way you're not going to win a championship on this team. And the crazy thing is, they actually lost a year to the San Antonio Spurs. Now, the Spurs, I give them all the credit in the world. They're probably my second favorite team in the league, And number 1 would be Boston, then probably the Spurs and the Warriors right now. But I really, enjoy watching the Spurs play. Just because it's fundamentals, old folks home stuff. They're like all older guys and everything. So, but LeBron, anyways, getting back to that, he going to Miami, he won 2 championships, and the fact that he came back, what's crazy is now, granted, it would be kind of cool to see him stay, those years that he went to Miami, in Cleveland, be committed to that team, but. It does show some integrity, the fact that he went back to Cleveland.
Okay, so you're leaning on the side that he's a Jedi. He's more of a Jedi.
Yeah, because he went, if you're saying that Miami is bad, even though he won there, if you're saying Miami's bad, and you moved back to Cleveland, you know, it was like good. Then he made some bad choices and did some bad stuff, but then he decided, let's go back to the good. You know, so he went.
Okay.
The fact that he went back, you know.
Okay, here's the thing. Now, Johnny Grosso asked us to pick a person this would be in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
I mean, literally the only person you could pick is Anakin. Am I not right? Anakin was good. He went bad for a little while, and at the very end, he went back to good. Isn't that what you just said LeBron James did?
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of any other character that could be compared to LeBron James if we don't go with that? I'm going to go with that. Tell me somebody else. Can you think of anybody else?
At his very last breath, being good.
I mean, not even that. Just like, if you think LeBron James is a saint, and he's, he's a Jedi, he's Obi-Wan Kenobi, pitch me that.
Okay.
I mean, is he?
I mean, I could see him because he's kind of like Obi-Wan, where, Obi-Wan kind of made a bad decision too.
Yeah.
Think about it. He was good. Got trained by, what's his face? Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah. And then, he made the decision, okay, I'm going to overrule the Jedi Council and just go ahead and train the kid anyways.
That's true.
That's made a couple bad decisions there.
But he ended up being,
but he's still good. He came back and was good. I don't think...
I mean, he lied to Luke, but then he came back as a Force Ghost and was like, hey, I'm sorry. I had to lie. I mean, what do you do, So he came back, several times. He could be Obi-Wan. So if you're leaning on the side of good, he's probably in Obi-Wan. If you're leaning on the side of this dude's a jerk, it's probably an Anakin/Darth Vader, am I right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. All right.
But I see a little bit more Anakin than Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Because but the thing is that
also this is another thing, is Anakin, a lot of things in the prequels I like. One thing that's like kind of annoying is the midichlorians. The midichlorians. Have you heard about this? Do you know what I'm talking about or not?
It sounds like the midichlorians.
So let me explain.
Is that? I think I know what that is. Once you say it, I'm gonna.
In the prequels, that's how they measure how much of the Force you have, how much of a Force user you are. Is your midichlorian count. So Yoda's is this much. I don't know. Let's say I don't know how much it is. I'm just putting out a note. Say it's 800. Anakin's was greater than Yoda's. He had more, so he was greater in the Force.
He had like 900.
Yeah, let's say 900. He was greater. So if you think of that with LeBron was in high school and he was way better than anybody, right?
Yeah.
So Anakin's the same thing. They're both like the best, the most powerful in the Force.
Yeah.
So there's another comparison.
Even though
I'm on a roll here today, boy.
Even though Curry was better, just saying. Curry's like Luke.
Curry's the good boy.
Curry's the good kid.
Farm boy who becomes a Jedi. Yeah. All right. Well, Johnny Grosso, we appreciate your email as always. Your Twitter question. But if anybody else wants to tweet us or email us, you can tweet us at Force Sports Pod. Email us at email us at forcesportspod@gmail.com. And we'll answer them on the show whenever we get them. So that's it for the email. No. We made a mistake last week. Okay, so last week we did not answer Daniel's full question. He asked us 2 questions. One about hockey, which we botched. We did, and he told us today. He said y'all both pick people that aren't even in the running to be the champions.
They're not in the finals.
They're not in the finals. What idiots.
We're like, crap.
I'm sorry, we don't know anything about hockey.
What did he say? Who's going to win?
I don't know who's going to win. He asked, who do you have in the Stanley Cup Finals or whatever.
there were 2 teams, and we didn't pick them.
We didn't even pick them. We're idiots. And then he also asked, can Kylo Ren be redeemed? This is a great question. Okay. Kylo Ren, for Episode 7, killed Han Solo. Can you be redeemed from killing a part of somebody's childhood, Han Solo? Can you...
Kylo Ren or Ben
Solo.
Ben Solo is a good kid / good guy that wants to be bad, really bad. And he wants to fit in with the dark side. And he wants that so bad.
I don't know about that. Yeah, because he was like almost worshipping Vader's helmet.
Because you see this whenever he goes on that bridge and he's about to kill his own dad.
Yeah.
He has thoughts that are like, I don't want to do this. This is my dad. You know, and you can read him in his face.
Even though, like...
The fact... Because he didn't immediately just, without care, like Darth Vader or something.
He thought about that for a while.
You know?
He contemplated, and the dark side just consumed him in that moment. He was
I don't think the dark side consumed him. I think he consumed himself. Because what it is he looks like... He's like, no, I just want to do... I have to be bad. I want to be bad. I want this. Like... And so he tries to do all these things that make him like a bad person, or make others perceive him as a bad person, or a person of the dark side, really.
Okay, so I didn't read the novelization of The Force Awakens, which is just the book that goes along with the movie.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing with a couple changes, but I heard that at one part in the book, whenever Kylo is about to kill Han, his dad, he's contemplating, like he doesn't want to do it, but he does, and he's like, okay, he's thinking to himself, kind of, if I kill him, maybe this overcoming like pain I have will go away. Mm-hmm. He thinks that killing his father will make him full Sith, or not Sith, but dark side, because earlier in the movie he's talking to Vader, sort of praying, I don't know what he's doing, and he's like, I feel the pull to the light side, and at that moment he thinks that killing his dad is gonna stop that temptation for the light side to happen.
And in the
book, after he kills his dad, he has this face and he's thinking like that. Well, that didn't do anything. That didn't solve anything.
Yeah.
I still feel this pull and this pain. So I think this is, a lot of people say no, but I think he can be redeemed. I think they could work it, and I think they will. I really do.
And I think the thing about it is, you notice how he's weaker, like how some chick, Rey, who just discovered that she had powers of the Force, was able to take him down.
But he was injured.
Okay, yeah, still.
But
shot. Still. Dude's freaking supposed to be like one of the strongest people.
That bowcaster, that Wookiee's bowcaster, like, in The Force Awakens, they make it a thing to tell you that this bowcaster is very strong. Like, he shoots some stormtroopers and they just go flying.
Yeah.
And then Chewbacca shoots Kylo Ren, and
he still stands there.
Yeah, he's still standing. He took a big old hit.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, he was injured, but
you noticed him like beating on it, trying to make it stop hurting.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about that? I want to ask you that, because a lot of people say they like argue, was he trying to hurt himself to make him stronger, like to feel more pain to get out his anger more? Or was he just trying to stop the blood from coming? What do you think?
I think he was just trying to stop the blood. I think that's looking too far into it. I think that was more.
I don't know about you. I like the idea of Kylo Ren, like, getting shot and then being like, okay, I'm going to use this to my advantage. I need more pain. I need to feel more pain. So he's hitting himself. Yeah. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know what they intended, but I like that theory that he's like trying to draw out more dark side feelings.
I can see where people would say that, but I don't know.
But do you think he could be redeemed?
Here's what I'm getting back to. Okay, so Kylo is a good kid that's trying to be bad. Okay, so I'm like, Ben Solo, like, I think when he does get redeemed, because I think that he will, he's going to call himself Ben. He's going to say, hi, I'm Ben. Instead of,
hi, I'm Ben.
Hi, I'm Ben. I think he's going to walk out and say that.
I used to be on the dark side, just like you. I was addicted to the dark side. Yeah. But now I'm clean.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But,
hi, I'm Ben. That's going to be the title of this episode. Hi, I'm Ben.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so.
Go ahead.
Anyways. But yeah, he'll say he's Ben Solo.
He's just going to change his name to Ben Solo.
When he does become good, and I think that if he does that, like, in 3 years, we'll watch that and be laughing. I've been.
If he said that, I would die laughing. Yeah, I think he will be redeemed. I think he can, or he'll be redeemed like right before he dies. Like he'll sacrifice himself for Rey or Finn or something. Because a lot of the expanded universe books that are out now, they're actually not expanded universe, they're canon now, so they count. Yeah. They talk about in Bloodline, which is a book that just came out recently, about how, like, his parents didn't want to tell him that his father or his grandfather was Darth Vader. So, like, that could be one of the reasons he turned, was his parents kind of, like, sent him off to Luke's and was like, we don't want to have to burden, him turning dark, so let's just send him off to Luke's.
And hope that he can change him.
Which is a reason that I could see him turning back.
Well,
was that his parents screwed up his childhood, and they were terrible parents, and that's kind of one of the reasons he turned dark.
I don't think
that's not the main reason.
I don't want to say Leia and Han were terrible parents because I don't think
they were.
I don't think they were because
Han went back to being a scoundrel. And
he's a terrible husband. He's not a terrible parent though.
But he left. He sent away. It's like sending away your son to military camp.
Yeah.
What kind of parent?
I know. But here's what I'm saying. Hear me out. Okay.
Go ahead.
So, this is not like military camp. This is like...
it's pretty much like military camp.
This is a universe where the Force exists, a pull that is unpredictable, and we don't know what's going to happen. Okay, so the Force, let's say, the Force can hit him at any time down the road. It could be through a thought, through a vision like we saw Rey have. It could be through anything. And it could mess him up. It could make him really bad, or make him really good, or just somewhere in the middle. Could do nothing. So here's the thing. I think they thought that when that vision hits, or that when he has the Force hit him, in a way, that Luke would be able to somewhat control him.
Right.
And he, because what's Leia going to do?
Right.
She has the Force, but she doesn't know how to use it. What's Han going to do? He doesn't have anything. He's smart, and he knows how to, fly ships and do all these things, but he doesn't have the Force. Right. Luke is a Jedi, trained, knows what he's doing,
he can control,
and
push him in
and
the
they know
he's
good, and they know he will not change because Luke has been pressured to change, and he's going to stay good. So they know he's going to always be consistent. So their hopes is that let's send him to Luke because Luke is going to be able to control him when we can't. Because think about what happens if he lashes out and kills his mom.
Right.
How do you think Han would feel? What happened? Yeah.
I see what you're saying, and it makes sense. Of course, that he's gonna be tempted at one point, and Han and Leia aren't gonna be able to help him.
Yeah.
And so Luke would. But what I'm saying is they're bad parents because if that's the case, you should be going and dropping your political stuff and going with your son to Luke and living with them.
Yeah.
Living alongside them, I would think. But then there's a thing of, well, who's going to lead this resistance? Because the resistance is different than the Republic right now.
Yeah.
This is very complicated, but the Republic is like the Senate and, from the prequels, they have the Senate meetings.
Yeah.
Well, the resistance was kind of like a rebellion against, sort of from the Senate against the First Order, because what happened was the First Order was coming up into power, and the Senate was like, oh, they're not a danger, they're not a threat, and Leia was like, no, they're a threat, they're bad people, and the Senate was like, no, we don't need to worry about them, we need to focus on rebuilding after the Empire. And Leia was like, that's not going to work, so she made the resistance to fight against the First Order, because she realizes the First Order is bad, and they have the dark side Snoke there.
Yeah.
So, I don't know where I was going with that, because I got distracted, but... do you remember what I was saying?
You're talking about the resistance and Leia creating it.
What I was saying was, the reason I could see where you're saying where they just sent him off was because Leia had to lead the resistance. Who was gonna if she didn't? So it's not like she can go stay with Kylo and lead the resistance.
And I feel like Han...
So it's kind of like a tight spot. It's like a weird...
I would feel like Han would try and stop her and try to make her not go. Because you got to think about this. What if something happens to your wife? Han's going to have guilt forever.
Yeah.
Han's already dealing with guilt about sending Ben to Luke. Because he, you can almost see it. He wanted to be there so badly for his son. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that was the reason that he went off and started flying around and doing the only thing he knew how to do, which was smuggle and do all kinds of stuff and take money. It wasn't about the money. It was about the fact that he was good at it. He was with Chewie, which always made him happy.
Yeah.
And he was with the Millennium Falcon, which always made him happy.
He probably feels a little bit of guilt or jealousy towards Luke because Luke can help Kylo, in a way that Han can't because he's not a Jedi.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's a weird situation. Where their family situation is very
Yeah.
I could see it from Kylo's point of view.
Ben would do anything and everything he could for that kid.
Yeah.
And the fact that
Han, you said Han.
Han would do anything he could for that kid, and the fact that he can't.
Right.
You know, like he could try to train to be a Jedi, but he doesn't have the Force. He can't be a Jedi.
Yeah.
You know, so from what we know,
Right.
So.
Yeah. Anyways, that's good talk. Good talk.
Yeah.
So whose question was that?
That was Daniel.
Just joking. It was Daniel. I didn't want to act like I was forgetting it again. Thank you, Daniel, for the question. What do you want to do? You go into trivia?
Yeah.
Timeline?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do... We have 6 timeline cards, and I'm going to have 4 trivia, okay?
Okay.
We're going to see how many you get out of 10, basically. How many you get right. And then next week, you're going to give me some Star Wars or sports questions. And I'm going to see how many I can get right out of 10. And we'll decide who wins what.
Okay.
Steak dinner. Probably not. I don't know. Something. I'll give you $1. I don't know.
I have a $10 Chick-fil-A
Hey.
gift card.
I love me some Chick-fil-A.
Right. Now that you don't work there.
Yeah. Alright, let me lay out these cards. Let me turn on this mic so they can hear me. I'm going to read them out and I'm going to lay them down for you.
Okay, let's do it.
So here's the timeline cards. There's 6 of them. So basically, I'm gonna lay them out in a random order. You have to put them from left to right in the correct order chronologically, how they happened in the prequels to the sequels, right?
Okay.
So the first one, the Falcon escapes the space slug. Okay. Second one, Leia leaves a message. That's Leia giving the plans to R2. Third one, the Jedi assassination begins. Okay.
Okay.
Order 66. The fourth one, the fall of Boba Fett
Okay.
into the Sarlacc pit.
Okay.
The fifth one, the death of Yoda. What a sad moment. Very sad. And the last one, the murder of Mace Windu. So,
yeah, that was tough.
put them in order.
Okay,
What-
so
hang
what
on.
did you say about this?
Let me put... Here, Scoot. I gotta have you talking to the mic.
Alright, so what did you say about this one?
The Falcon escapes the space slug.
The Falcon escapes the
So
space.
that is when they're in the mouth
in
the stomach of a monster.
Yeah.
and Han flies out barely in the nick of time.
Okay.
So put them in the order. Talk it out.
Okay,
Think logically. Find the ones that are from the prequels.
I know this is from the prequels, Order 66.
Yep.
Mace Windu is definitely from the prequels, but that was after that. So then the rest of these are original Star Wars stuff, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
So I think this...
Think about it in terms of episodes. Which one is from which episode? That'll help.
Okay, this was 4.
Yep.
This was 5.
So Leia leaves a message. You said it was 4.
This.
Episode 4.
And then this.
There you go. So your order. Are you going with this?
Yeah, I like this one.
Okay. The first one you have, the Jedi assassination begins.
Yeah.
Or 66. So it goes into chronological numbers. So 3.7. Let's see if the next one is before or after.
That's
Murder of Mace Windu. 3.6.
What?
Wrong.
Are you serious?
Because what happens? Anakin kills Mace Windu, and then Order 66 happens. Order
I
6.
thought Order 66 happened like in episode 2.
No, 3. Order 66 is kill all the Jedi.
Oh, Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
So you got that one wrong.
Okay,
so
so
right
that's-
now you don't have any right. Next one, Leia leaves a message. 4.2.
Okay.
That is correct. The Falcon escapes the space slug.
Yeah.
Okay. The fall
Yes.
of Boba Fett.
Yeah, that was
Right so far. And the death of Yoda. Right. Correct. So you got 4 out of 6. So you got those 4 right.
okay.
Alright, so right now you're 4 for 6. Not bad, not bad. Now let's go back to our seats and
Go back to our seats. Like your
Class, go
teacher.
back to your seats. Alright. Now for trivia. Alright?
Yeah.
I gave away that answer earlier. Crap.
You gave back one of those too earlier.
I'm talking about this answer.
No, you gave away one of those because you remember you said something about Leia like right after Rogue One.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
it
yeah.
starts and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Leia.
Alright. What color was Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber blade? Is it green, red, purple, or blue?
What'd you say? Who?
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh, it's green.
Green?
Mm.
Correct. What color was Obi-Wan's lightsaber blade?
Blue.
Correct.
I knew that one. What? You didn't think you thought that?
Okay, here you go. Who retrieved C-3PO's head in the Battle of Geonosis? Padme, Anakin, Obi-Wan, or R2?
R2.
Dang it. Alright. Oh, I gotta get you another one.
I knew these.
No, I'm not giving you that one. I gave that away earlier.
What was it? Just read it anyways.
According to Obi-Wan, how did Anakin's midichlorian count compare to Master Yoda's? The same, higher, lower?
Anakin's was higher.
Yeah, I gave that away. So I'm gonna give you another one. Hopefully.
Man, that would suck. Think about that. Like, you're Yoda.
Yeah, that is.
He's higher.
See, these trivia questions are so, like, I don't even know half these. Let me read you this one. This is ridiculous that nobody knows this.
Yeah.
How far above Bespin's core does Cloud City hover? 200,000 kilometers, 39,000, 59,000, or 82,000? Just take a guess. A, B, C, or D?
B.
No, C.
Dang it.
59.
I was gonna
Nobody
say.
knows that. I don't understand. This doesn't make any sense. Really?
What?
Okay, this is wrong. Let me read you this question. This isn't your question.
You gotta read the answer too?
The answer is doesn't make sense. Which actor portrayed Anakin Skywalker? Sebastian Shaw, Jake Lloyd, James Earl Jones, or David Prowse? Now you probably don't know this. But
I know that James Earl Jones
he's the voice.
was the voice.
Now which
Darth Vader.
portrayed Anakin? So not the voice.
So what?
Which
I thought it
actor-
was Christian Haydenson.
Well, that's
was
one of them, but
he was.
right. That is one of the characters or one of the people that portrayed him, but that's not one of the. The answer is Sebastian Shaw, who was in episode 6, the guy who, when he took out his mask, that was him, that white guy.
Yeah.
But Jake Lloyd also portrayed Anakin Skywalker as a kid. Jake Lloyd is from episode 1.
Oh, I got you now. I see what they're saying. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The answer is A, Sebastian Shaw, but it should be A and B. And even D, because David Prowse was in the suit in, I think, The Empire Strikes Back. So technically he portrayed Anakin Skywalker, who is also Darth Vader, so it doesn't really make sense.
What'd you say? Who was in the suit?
David Prowse.
David Prowse. Okay.
Okay, let me find one for you. These are ridiculous.
Alright.
Ridiculous.
I think we can do this.
Okay, here we go. Who fixed the hyperdrive on the Millennium Falcon? C-3PO, Chewbacca, R2, or Lando? It's a tricky question. Who fixed the hyperdrive on the Millennium Falcon?
I know R2 worked on the Millennium Falcon,
Correct. Let me read them all for you.
but I think like Chewie, I can see Chewie like ripping it out like Rey did, like just and then just goes. But
So you got C-3PO, R2, Chewbacca, or Lando?
Lando did.
Lando.
Yeah,
Final
because
answer?
he was on the thing. Yeah. Wait, no, my bad.
Okay.
Hold up. Let me think, because like I remember whenever they're on Cloud City, he lands.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, it's all messed up,
Yep.
and so like then they're trying to fix it again. Han's frozen in carbonite.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually, not yet, but so they're trying to like fix. They're hanging out the bottom of the ship. People are shooting at them. All kind of stuff is going on, and I'm trying to think of who's down there. Maybe Lando just fixed it anyways.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lando.
Incorrect.
Dang it.
R2. R2 fixed it.
Dang it. I was right the first time.
Yeah.
I said R2. I know R2 worked on it. I was thinking about that.
Alright, so you got 7 out of 10.
Not bad.
70%. You got 4 of those and 3 of these. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at
No,
all.
I know enough Star Wars.
Yeah, you know enough. Now, next week, when it comes to sports and you ask me stuff, you better make up some easy questions, because...
I'm gonna bring my CNET box over.
Oh, gosh.
If you ever, do you remember playing CNET?
Yeah, it's fun. I used to have seen it Star Wars. That was always fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Cool.
So is that it for this week?
Yeah, that's it.
So let's talk about how we're going to separate our shows from now on. You want to talk about that real quick?
I mean, sure. So, from what I understand, so what's gonna be like is I go 1 week, and it'll be, since it's Force Sports.
Yep.
This week we started off with Force. We
Just
did
Star Wars. So all Star Wars podcasts.
And so we did totally all in on Star Wars.
Yeah.
Next week, wipe Star Wars off.
All sports.
Now it's sports.
Correct. So every other week. So if you like Star Wars, every other week you'll get a Star Wars podcast. If you like sports, every other week you'll get a sports podcast. And if
So
you
you
like
can
both
pick-
of them, you'll get one every week you can listen to. So
Exactly.
that'd be cool. And every week that it's a sports podcast, you're going to be the main host with somebody you bring on, whether that be your friend, anybody. There's a list of people we have. And then whenever I'm hosting, it'll be me and somebody else.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. Because I'm tired of sounding like an idiot on this sports
So-
podcast.
Yeah, but we're still doing one together.
Yeah, but we'll still do this.
Yeah, we're still doing this.
So, yeah, that'll be
That's it.
good. Probably start this week. The title of this will be All Caps Star Wars.
Yeah.
Colon. Hi, I'm Ben.
Yeah, do that. Thank you.
I'll do that. Alright. Well,
Alright.
thanks for listening, everybody, and check us out on Twitter, of course.
And on our website,
forsports.org. And
yeah, look up the .org.
Yeah.
You can't find it.
yeah, the .com was taken by a shirt company in like Florida or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It was an
And-
actual sports.
Yeah. And
So-
then email us a question at forsportspod@gmail.com. And, you know, that's about it. You can follow me on Twitter. My separate account is at Josiah4311. JOSIAH. For all you idiots.
And B-Dubs Robbo.
And Rob, you are what?
B-Dubs Robbo.
At BDubsRobbo.
Yep.
Yep. Alright, well, thanks for listening. We'll talk to you guys next week.